Alrighty then. Today we are going to be doing as the video title says. I'm going to be flying the Ornithopter. Okay, just got my controller set up, and there it is. So this will be like one part like my thoughts on it, another part like my, tutorial on it a little bit, and just a couple more. So this is the Ornithopter, and it's probably one of my favorite things in this game so far. Let's start flying. So I have a kind of standard controller thingy. This is kind of the review part of it, and it just kind of lifts off. It's okay. So one thing about this that's really interesting is kind of what it is. Now, I know that obviously it's a game. It's a simulator. So things don't have to be the most realistic, and things aren't the most realistic, but you can feel when something is more or less realistic. For instance, the Halo craft that came out a while back, that was, it wasn't that natural. It wasn't the most natural. Whereas this definitely feels like, obviously this isn't real, but it feels very natural to fly. And part of the things that's so extraordinary with that is like what it is. So it's like, it hovers like a helicopter, and it does, and I'll show that in a moment. It can fly, and it will fly just like a plane. And it's the thing it most reminds me of, honestly, is like the Osprey, like that sort of craft, but in a level it's so smooth that it's incredible. Now, obviously, you might be thinking, yeah, it's a helicopter turns into a plane in terms of like logistics, but like this is just super cool. It's super cool, and you really kind of have to fly it to see how cool it is. Now, one of the main appeals is a lot of the things that it does in the movie, like diving and gliding and that sort of stuff, and I'll show that in a moment. But I just guess to finish off the kind of review part, I just want to say that's probably one of my favorite things. Another thing, so it's really quick, but it's really interesting because it like turns into a plane. So right now I go up. It's going to continue accelerating in an upwards direction, obviously not as much, but it still has the ability to do that, whereas with a helicopter, it's not, the helicopter is not going to be able to do that. And so it's so smooth that unless you're thinking about it, you can't really tell what's going on. You can't really tell that it's like what's going on is what's going on. Because this is flying like a plane right now, but it has that helicopter element. So like, let's say I'll slow down, and there's actually a button, the air brakes like that I can do, which is pretty cool. And then it now has become a helicopter, and I can fly it like a helicopter, and go backwards, and it's become a helicopter. But it's smooth, and so just a little bit forward, it's now kind of become a little bit more of a plane, and now it's like fully like. I can't really explain what I love, like why I love this, other than just explaining that. So that's kind of the review part. It's absolutely amazing, but obviously I love it because I'm more of a helicopter person. Okay, back to the control part. So really, the best way that I can kind of describe it is in terms of how to fly, in terms of controls and what you might want to know, what you might need to know, is like, kind of what I've already said. It's, if you know how to do helicopters and you're smooth with helicopters, and you know how to do planes and you're smooth with planes, you're going to be super smooth with this. And you just like, I did a couple test things yesterday evening actually, and that was the first time I flew it, and I already feel pretty confident with it, but I obviously feel like I can get better. But it's just combining that kind of knowledge into it, and it's really smooth. We have we have a little F-18 taking off right there. Player, I presume. All right, now to the control parts. So there are a couple things like that it does in the movies, like diving, specifically diving and gliding. What its default, I haven't changed anything. So if you want to learn how to do stuff, then stay tuned right now. Literally, I think I'm going to stop following that guy so I can show a point, but I am going to get to altitude, which I already am. This thing's incredibly quick. That's one of the other things. Like Like once it starts going, it handles like an F-18. Like it's amazing. Okay, now we've gone to altitude. You're gonna want to press I, and that folds the wings. Now you have two options here. You'll just fall, but you can either press K or L. I'm gonna press K because that goes into gliding, and once you start gliding, then it's smooth. It's amazing. But then if you want to start up again, you press L by default, I believe. That's just what I have. And then your other options, so basically the main controls are obviously, yoke, you have the throttle, and then you have, obviously the landing gear, which is really smooth, and the animation and stuff is really smooth. Then you have the dive, you have the glide, you'll have just regular going, and then you'll have the brake, which is going to be J. And that's the thing. Also, another thing, the last thing that makes it even more of an, I dare to say, overpowered vehicle is the boost. So, right now, space. Now, I believe you have limited boost, but it just, I'm going so quick at this point. And you can do cool things. Yeah, honestly, I'm not a I don't know Dune that well, and I don't know, I know helicopters and simulators, and I know planes and simulators, but I'm not as detailed. I know this is not realistic, but I'm not a I'm not a professor in aerodynamics or anything, so just take my word that it's smooth, and take my word that as a player, it's great. I absolutely love it, and as you can they also have a tutorial mission, and they also have a bunch of other cool stuff. But yeah, it's amazing. I mainly just wanted to make this. I know I haven't uploaded it in a little bit. I wanted to make this video to just talk about it. And yeah. Another thing that I thought was surprising was just how big it is compared to some of the others. All right, now that we've gotten some altitude, let's play a little bit of chicken with the ground. All right, let's go. Let's go to cockpit view while we're falling. Alright. Yeah. And you can glide for actually a pretty long time. Alright. Honestly, pros. Actually, no. Let's go. I'm going to go over cons. Con number 1. It's not real. It's, it's from Dune. Con number 2. It's from Dune. So if you don't like Dune, you might not be inclined to like this. However, I think that you should totally give it a shot anyways, because it is a blast to fly. It is a absolute blast to fly. Okay, here's another thing. Helicopters. Helicopters are really cool in this this Microsoft Flight Simulator, the modern Microsoft Flight Simulator, specifically because the buildings are not necessarily completely realistic, except for where they are, like for instance the Statue of Liberty back there. But you can see where your house is. It's like Google Maps. And then you could fly around. So let's say I lived here, and yeah, if you're in a plane, you can do that. You can be like, my house is down there. But when you're in a helicopter, you can be like, oh, my house is specifically that one, and you can get closer to that, and it's exploring the world in a way that is more, up close, I guess, than if you're in a plane. But the other thing with the helicopters, let's say, a lot of the time, your best option, at least until now, has just been, fast travel, speeding up the simulation, speeding down and then teleporting to different airports or whatever. But like with this, it's like, you know, fly to the next location like a plane and then kind of explore your neighborhood like a helicopter. And then just, you're going too fast. Oh no, this is the thing I want to look at. J. Oh, look. And then, you know, you can hover it. And it's not the easiest of things to hover, but like none of the helicopters are gonna be. So it's just great. I also love the animations here. I love this. One sec. Landing. And then let's. Yeah, there we go. All right. So yeah, in summary of the review, new sci-fi craft to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Check it out if you like helicopters especially. If not, check it out. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna fly it around some more. So yeah. So yeah. It's highly recommend it. And that's the video. This is the video right now. I'm ending the video. Yeah, I'll stop the video at any point. It's just really fun. Alright. I'm stopping the video now. Goodbye. Watch for the next upload.